Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Jace and Dedeker teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. I was about to call you John Travolta because that's how you are dressed today, Jace. Well done. This is our Halloween-y themed episode. I hope that it's a little scary today because, you know, we're in spooky season, apparently.
It is the spookiest of seasons, and chances are good anytime you crack open the Bible that you're going to crack it open to something that's at least mildly terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like maybe not spooky in the way that Halloween's normally spooky, but probably terrifying in a different way, at least.
Holy Ghost.
Maybe if we just try sort of reading it in a spooky way at certain points, it'll feel spooky, you know?
Okay, we can try doing something like to that effect.
Doing some kind of extended Dracula voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that would be cool. Extended Dracula voice. I like
You do look good. You do look good, Jace. You are rocking this John Travolta and Pulp Fiction kind of costume. And Emily and I did not get the memo that we were supposed to show up in costume today, so we're feeling a little left out of the party.
So today, this morning, I was told that my work was doing a costumed lunch over Zoom with everybody. And I knew about it, but did not expect to attend it. But then I was kind of told that I was expected to attend. So I was like, okay, quick, what can I do? I was like, I want to do something that plays on how long my hair is now. So I was like, okay, like John Wick, Thor, who else? I'm like, John Wick's got all the facial hair. Like, I didn't plan ahead and grow that out. What can I do? And I was like, John Travolta from Pulp Fiction will work. And
nice.
I went, and this is my stepdad's jacket because I don't have a suit jacket here at my mom's house. And I have this white shirt, and I was like, and all I need is a skinny black tie. And turns out none of us in this house have a skinny black tie. So I actually fired up the sewing machine and I sewed myself a black tie.
Oh my goodness.
That's really, really impressive. Yeah, like out of some curtains or something? What did you do?
I found this kind of sheer-ish black fabric. It's like super lightweight, like way more lightweight than a tie would actually be. But yeah, I like took it and it wasn't long enough, so I had to sew two pieces together and then fold it over and sew it and turn it inside out and then sew up the ends.
Oh my goodness.
For this costume on Zoom, it works pretty well. I wouldn't wear it to a formal dinner. But
now it's so funny because most people in your situation would automatically think, okay, what's the most low maintenance, easy to throw together costume I can? And like, of course, yeah, John Travolta and Pulp Fiction, very, very easy. But then the fact that you go to the lengths of sewing yourself a black skinny tie for the Zoom lunch.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's dedication. It is dedication.
For sure. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Well, Dedeker, are you gonna go as Uma Thurman then?
I wish. The problem is I don't have a white button-up. Like, if I was at the house with Jace, we'd be fighting over that white button-up he's currently wearing.
Jace, you can just stitch her a white button-up.
I'll sew you another one real quick.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I love it. No, that's great. Alrighty.
Goodness.
Well, what did we talk about last time? We talked about a lady and a boy who died and then came back to life.
Yep.
Because that's like the theme of Kings, it seems. Like
Lots
at least one dead boy for each book that is resurrected.
That's the
spooky.
ratio we're working with.
Yeah, Brady in the chat pointed out that we did have a zombie last week, if that kid is a zombie now that he's been risen from the dead. So,
that's true.
That's
the sneezing zombie.
Sneezing zombie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. That was the sneezing.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, how many times can you sneeze in a row? And yes. So that guy like pulled a cat and like sneezed over and over again, like my cats like to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then there was that guy Naaman
else?
who had leprosy and came to Israel, and then Elisha was like, go dunk in the river 7 times. You're not even worth my time. And he did it, and it worked.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So we've kind of established Elisha as both having a lot of attitude, like putting people in their place a lot, but also rarely even comes out of his house to talk to people. He just sends
He
a servant
just has
out
no
to
time
do
for
it.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of servants, do you remember what happened to his servant Gehazi?
He died, right? Oh, did he
not yet.
get lit on fire? No? Oh, okay.
I mean, that's
don't
a
know.
good guess for
I'm just
Elisha.
gonna
I know,
name
as
a
you
bunch of things.
cycle
Yeah.
through all the possibilities. It is very, very good guesses.
What happened? Refresh my memory.
Well, he chased after that guy who Elisha cured of leprosy.
Yes.
And was like, hey, so like actually you could use some money. Could you give that to us? And the guy's like, yeah, totally, no problem. But then Elisha was like, I astral projected and saw you do it, and that was bad. That's not how we do. And so now you have leprosy, and also get out of here. And he did.
Yep.
Okay.
That was
So-
the end of
Yikes.
Gehazi's story.
Yeah, a little bit rough.
Jeez. Yeah. Just like such harsh punishments in the Bible. It's like, you masturbate once, your seed falls, and then all of a sudden you're a dead man.
Yeah.
Or, you just feel like you should get a little bit of payment for the huge work that you helped do.
Mm-hmm.
And no,
And
you're
leprosy.
Yeah. No cutting
leper.
corners on anything with Yahweh.
Yeah.
No small infractions, unless you're someone like David, who...
In which case, a large infraction ends up being treated like a small one.
And then it's
So-
fine.
true. It's
No
true.
worries.
Yeah. Oh,
Boy.
very interesting. All right. Well, what are we drinking for spooky season? Spooky day? Spooky. Oh, is that water?
No, it does look like it, doesn't it? No, this is
Yes.
rum with some mango sparkling water. That's what I'm rocking
Okay.
today.
You're super like minimalist. You're like 2 ingredients. That's it. We're good. We've got this.
Right, my outfit's only 2 colors. My drink's
There you
only 2
go.
ingredients. Yeah.
Yes. That's fine though. That's nice as well. Love it.
Well,
All right, Dedeker.
okay, I'll be honest. I'm a little bit scared of what I'm drinking today.
Oh?
Scared how?
How?
Because it's
Why?
so strong.
This morning I woke up and there was no one in the house. I was by myself and I just kind of putted around and had my breakfast and did what I wanted to do.
You and Jace are not in the same
No,
house.
no,
at the
no.
moment.
I'm down. I'm temporarily visiting my mom's house. And
Yeah.
my mom came home in the morning from grocery shopping, and she pulled out of her bag a 6-pack of Smirnoff ices. And
I'm sorry. What?
I looked at her and I said, and I was like,
I love this
Are
so
you
much.
21?
"Is that a Smirnoff?
Are you 17?
Why did you buy that?" And my mom was like, I don't know. I just grabbed them.
That's amazing.
And I told her, I was like, "Mom, you should know that the last time I drank Smirnoff Ice is when I was like 19, and it was the first time I ever got sick from drinking too much alcohol." So I have one here. It's the Smirnoff Ice screwdriver flavor.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I've
at
not
least it's a
tasted
different
it yet.
flavor.
It is a different flavor. I am a little worried that I'm going to taste it and just like all of college will come back to me and I'll just projectile vomit all over my computer instantly. So
I mean, it's an
actually-
orange drink. It's like good for Halloween.
It is very Halloweeny seeming. I do
Yeah.
have some backup wine just in case I couldn't get this down.
The mixture
boy.
of those two is
Yeah.
so weird.
Okay, no.
No.
The intention is if I can only have a sip of Smirnoff Ice and then I'm just like, I can't do it, then I have the backup wine. If I'm drinking a
Okay.
Smirnoff Ice, I guarantee you this will be the only thing I drink for the next 2 days, as in just this one drink, because I do not want to make any risky choices.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So let me take a little sip.
Yeah. How,
Okay, yeah, how is it?
Oh, boy. Oh,
is it just like pure sugar and
the front end was fine. The front end was kind of like, this actually tastes
Okay.
maybe like a screwdriver. And then the back end was literally like freshman year in my mouth. Just,
there you go.
I'm imagining-
Freshman year in my mouth.
I'm
Oh, boy.
imagining like the tasting notes on that, and it's like, opens up with a orangey screwdriver taste, and then blossoms into a freshman year finish.
very much. I'm going to try to do
Gracious.
it. I'm going to try to do it. I think if I
Okay.
drink it slowly, it'll be okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. I also tried to do something kind of like Halloweeny, just like make a really dark drink with what is this? Blackberries? I don't think it's brambleberry. But yes. Oh, Oh, goodness. I think your mom is here
Yes, I know.
in the chat.
Because I summoned her.
Yes. Hello, Tamara. Hi.
Hello.
And your mom is here too, Emily. It's,
Oh, yeah, she's
it's a
always
special
here.
Halloween mom episode of Drunk
Jace,
Bible
where's
Study.
your mom?
I'll text
on.
her. You keep going.
Yeah, seriously. Love it. No, so what? Oh, Don't Fear the Reaper, indeed. I love Blue Oyster Cult. Awesome. Heck yes. So what is this? This is I think the website said that it's called a blackberry lemonade, generally done with vodka, but I don't like vodka, so it's with gin. It's just a lot of lemon juice, some agave, and muddled blackberries with gin. And
Sounds
it's
lovely.
quite lovely, yeah.
Can you give
Yeah,
it like a more spooky name though?
Oh, boy. I don't know.
What's it? Okay, it's a
Like
blackberry
the
lemonade.
Witch's Delight or something.
Oh, I like that. I like
Oh, okay.
that.
A
I was
witch's
just
brew.
Yeah, that's
makes
good.
a kind of dumb pun like
Lemon
blackberry
Delight.
killinade or something like that. But Witch's
I
Delight
like
is
that
much
too.
better.
Okay, Witch's Delight. Yes, I like that.
That's good.
Okay. Well, what are we drinking? Or I'm sorry, what are we reading today? We've already drunk. We are in the process of drinking. So what are we reading today?
Yeah. Today we're continuing on with 2 Kings chapters 6 through 8. 3 chapters today. If you want to read along with us, you can do that at drunkbiblestudy.com/read and type in 2 Kings 6-8. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, this is 2 Kings chapter 6. The music is spooky. I like that.
It is a little spooky, I
Good
guess.
for us. Yes, indeed. The sons of the prophets said to Elisha, "See now, the place where we dwell before you is too straight for us." Too straight? Like
It's
on
not
the straight and
nearly
narrow?
clear enough.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. I have no idea.
I don't know. Straight. Let us go, we pray you, to the Jordan, and take there every man a beam, and let us make us a place there where we may dwell. So like a beam of wood or something.
So we're going
Like
to make a big old house for us
cross beam.
at the
Sure.
Jordan? For a house for Elisha or a house for all these bros?
It says the sons of the prophets said to Elisha,
Let's have
Let's
a barn
go.
raising.
let my people go.
So the
Yeah,
sons
a
of the
barn
prophets
raising.
always gets translated in the message as the Guild of Prophets,
Oh,
which
the
I
guild.
just love that they've formed a guild.
They're a D&D guild,
Yeah.
yes. And they're going, Elisha is the DM. Okay, he answered, "Go you. Go you." One said, "Be pleased, I pray you, to go with your servants." He answered, "I will go." All right.
Oh, so he's going with them.
I don't know.
They're like, come on.
Okay. Elisha is coming? Okay. They coaxed him out of his house, and he's
Yeah,
coming.
that's true. That's a big task, getting
It
him to leave
is.
his house.
That's true. It really is. So he went with them, but when they came to the Jordan, they cut down wood. But as one was felling a beam, the axe head fell into the water, and he cried and said, "Alas, my master, for it was borrowed."
Oh no! Not even his own axe. Shoot, that's awkward.
I'm gonna have to, get another axe for this guy.
Oh boy.
This is awkward.
So
The man of
the message
Huh?
clarifies that it fell into the river. Was that in
Yeah.
this translation?
It says the axe head fell into the water and
I
he
see.
cried.
Got it.
I'm assuming like it fell and it was really heavy, so it just like sunk to the bottom, perhaps.
Yeah, that like the head came off of the axe, the stick part, and
Oh.
it flew out into the river and it sank.
Jeez, that's not a very good axe if potentially like the head is going to be flying around.
Yeah, you could tell the
Well, it was
person you
borrowed.
borrowed it from, be like, look, I did you a favor here, really. This was a crappy axe.
Yeah, this was an accident waiting to happen.
This,
so
yeah. This is just a straight up lawsuit.
Like, what if there'd been a
hands.
child standing right there? It could have been terrible.
Well, Elisha was there too, and he could have probably resurrected him.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
The man of God said, "Where fell it?" He showed him the place. He cut down a stick and cast it there and made the iron to swim.
Whoa.
Whoa. That's
Whoa.
cool.
That's pretty magical.
Yeah.
Indeed it is.
How did he do that? Did he have a secret, very, very, very strong magnet that he attached to that stick?
Did he tied to a stick?
and then threw it out there?
I don't know. I guess we can write that down and look that up later.
Yeah.
I'll see what that's all about.
Okay, cool. Another party trick.
Yes. He said, "Take it up to you." So he put out his hand and took it. Now, the king of Syria was warring against Israel, and he took counsel with his servants, saying, "In such and such a place shall be my camp. In such and such a place." Alrighty. The man of God sent to the king of Israel, saying, "Beware that you not pass such a place, for there the Syrians are coming down."
The
king of Israel.
It's like an
Yes.
ambush.
Okay.
Is the axe story at all connected to this story? Have we just hopped straight into a completely unrelated story?
I'm going to go with
Seems
the latter.
Unrelated, yeah.
Option B.
Great.
The man of God, yes, the king of Israel sent to the place where the man of God told him and warned him of, and he saved himself there, not once nor twice. He saved himself there.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know what I mean, Jace. What does the Bible mean?
What does the message say?
What verse is that?
10.
10. Okay, so 10 just says, "So the king of Israel sent word concerning the place of which the holy man had warned him." This kind of thing happened all the time.
Huh.
Okay.
So I don't know how
Okay.
they got that from what you just read. I have no idea.
He saved himself there not once nor twice.
Okay, but
Very
that's all we need to know.
strange.
This kind of thing is normal, totally normal. Nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
All right. The heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said to them, "Won't you show me which of us is for the king of Israel?" Won't you show me which of us is for the king of Israel?
So
Who's
this
the
is the king
traitor?
of Syria. I think
Yeah.
saying,
Okay.
like, who's the mole?
Oh.
Who's the traitor? Who's for
there's
Israel
a-
instead of for us?
There's a mole? Did I miss that?
That's what it seems to imply.
Well,
Okay.
because the king of Israel was told, well, he thinks there's a mole, but really it was the prophet who knew they were going to lay an ambush here.
I see.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Got it. Okay. One of his servants said, "No, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet who is in Israel, tells the king of Israel the words that you speak in your bedchamber."
Oh, my.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I mean, sounds like a wiretap to me, but
I know. Seriously, jeez.
It reminds me of Stranger Things. That idea of like being able to telepathically just like listen in on a conversation that's happening somewhere else. Definitely reminds me of
So
that.
Elisha's crushing Coke cans somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
probably.
definitely.
Yeah, he does it for fun. He said, "Go and see where he is, that I may send and get him." It was told him, saying, "Behold, he is in Dothan." That sounds like a Game of Thrones
Yeah,
reference.
totally.
Therefore sent he their horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and surrounded the city. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Big battle.
Is
Big
it-
battle
I-
scene. Big Game of Thrones
Oh, really?
style battle scene, right? Well,
I
right, he
don't
sent this
know.
whole army to surround the town where he found out that Elisha is, so...
Okay, yeah. When the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host with horses and chariots was round about the city. His servant said to him, not the other guy, I'm assuming.
New servant, yeah.
New servant. Totally new guy. "Alas, my master, how shall we do?" He answered, "Don't be afraid, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them."
Oh, okay.
So, like, we've got more men, so don't worry, even though we're surrounded currently.
Seems that
Elisha's
way.
feeling confident. Yeah, he's feeling
Cool.
good.
Elisha prayed and said, "Yahweh, please open his eyes that he may see." Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
He's got a
Bum,
spooky
bum,
army.
bum,
He's got an
bum,
angel
bum.
army.
Bum, 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 bum. They're back.
Is that where it comes from? Like the movie title? The movie title. Does it come from this,
I don't know.
this Bible?
That's a good question.
no
I
idea.
mean, yeah, that is a good question. Conceptually, chariots of fire, is that only a biblical thing? Or do we have concepts from other cultures
I mean,
depicting fiery chariots? It must be. It's got to be the latter, right? It can't just be from the Bible.
how many things are just from the Bible, though?
What a question.
I mean, I don't know. I'm learning about a lot of things that are in the Bible.
Yeah,
So-
but I think the better question, though, with that movie is, was that title inspired by the Bible, or was that title just a random other thing that they thought of?
Have any of us seen this movie?
I
No.
have not.
I have not. Okay, so we're not the most informed audience to try to make
Probably
conjecture
shouldn't say it.
about
It's
where the
not
title
about
may have
chariot.
come from.
I know it's not about chariots or fire. It's about running.
It's about running on
Like
the beach. That's
marathon?
literally the only thing I know.
I know that they run on a beach. Are they in England? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyways, maybe somebody in the chat can tell us. All right. When they came, when they came down to him. Oh, my mom says it's about training for the Olympics. Thank you, Mom.
Your
I
mom
know
is the
that you had
resident
seen
chariots
it.
of fire expert.
I knew she had seen it, so that was me just being like, "Can you please tell me things?"
Good.
When they came down to him, Elisha prayed to Yahweh and said, "Please smite this people with blindness."
With blindness.
Wow.
Wow,
Whoa.
God,
Very specific.
jeez. Goodness. He struck them with blindness, according to the word of Elisha. Geez, can you imagine having that much power? Being like, excuse me, God, I don't like this person. Can you, like, make his day really, really shitty?
Can
Thanks.
you just like send some bears for his
Right.
eyes?
Yeah.
He probably thought about bears first and was like, it's a big army.
He's
There'd
like,
be a lot of bears.
Been
Let's
there,
just
done that.
blind them.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's like fairly good in terms of a tactic to use. Elisha said to them, "This is not the way, neither is the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom you seek." He led them to Samaria.
So just hang on. Let's recap what's happened here.
I don't know what's happening. Like, people came to Israel? Are they in Israel?
Now, remember they're in Dothan.
Dothan.
Yes.
They came to the
Dothan.
city of Dothan, where they were told
Uh-huh.
that Elisha is. This whole army from Syria, or
Yeah.
Aram, as the message calls it. They
Huh.
all came and surrounded the city, and Elisha's servant boy was like,
New
"Oh,
servant.
no." And he's like, no, look, we got tons of people with us, and then did his god magic and opened up his third eye, with which...
Yeah, it doesn't even matter about all those people, though, because I'm going to blind everyone, so whatever,
Well,
don't
right,
worry,
so that's
bro.
what's weird is that he let him see all the chariots of fire and horses of fire around the other guys, but then instead of using those, he's like, actually, let's just blind them instead.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
know, jeez.
And then he goes to the blinded army, and he's like, hey, so this isn't where you meant to go. Follow me. I'll take you where you should go.
How can they follow him?
They're like, everyone hold the
Follow
shoulder
the
of the
leader.
person
Right. Exactly.
behind you,
Thank you.
and we'll just single file
Follow
Yeah.
through
my
the horses.
voice.
Horse, put your little hoof on the horse shoulder in front of you, and
horse
we'll just make our merry way.
Okay. So yeah, he led them to Samaria. It happened when they were come into Samaria, not Mario, that Elisha said, "Yahweh, open the eyes of these men that they may see." Wow, he can just turn that blindness on and off.
On and
Yeah,
off. Well,
it's pretty cool.
We've had that before, where he just kind of opens and closes people's wombs at will, like a light
that
switch.
Yahweh does.
Wombs?
I see. Yeah.
Their
Yikes.
wombs, yes, Emily,
Yeah,
their
I s-
wombs,
I
their
suppose you're right.
uteruses.
Yes, the uteri. So he opened their eyes and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. The king of Israel said to Elisha when he saw them, "My father, shall I strike them?"
What?
Did he actually leave? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I'm like this blind army just stumbling around in the dark.
So
Yeah, I don't know. My father, shall I strike them?
this is the king of Israel now.
Okay.
So Elisha led this army, conga line style, with their eyes blinded, to Samaria, which is where the king of Israel is, and then unblinded them, and they saw like, oh shoot, we're in like the stronghold of Israel now. And then the king of Israel calls Elisha father and says, "Father, shall I, kill these people?"
Kill him? Yeah. Okay. Shall I strike them? Oh, he said, "My father, shall I strike them? Shall I strike them?" He said it twice. He
Very
answered,
important.
"You shall not strike them. Would you strike those whom you have taken captive with your sword and with your bow?" And the guy's like, "Yeah."
Probably, yeah.
Set bread and water before them that they may eat and drink and go to their master. Okay. He prepared great provision for them, and when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away, and they went to their master. You mean like the Syrian king?
So he just like gave them food and drink and was like, "Get out of here, you kids."
Wow.
It's like a big prank, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
It
What
was
a weird prank.
I mean, is it like ultimate power play to just be like, look, we led your whole army to this other place, used our Yahweh powers on you. You got nothing on us, so just run on home and don't mess with us again.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Sure. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a power move.
Yeah.
Surprisingly merciful for what we've seen in this book so far.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
I'm
it, though.
surprised that Elisha would do that, considering that, some kids made fun of his hairline and he murdered them thing, kind of, maybe.
Right. Yeah, like bears killed them, but these soldiers, like, have some food and drink. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, you kids. The bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. It happened after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria. Oh yeah, good old Ben-Hadad.
We know Ben-Hadad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his host and went up and besieged Samaria. There was great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until a donkey's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Excuse me?
All right, stop the podcast because there's a whole new economy suddenly that's been introduced into this story that we really need to unpack. Okay, so
Part of a cab, K-A-B, of dove's dung.
okay, hold on. So now we're dealing in donkey's heads and dove poop, correct? That's how bad the famine is.
That's what I'm seeing.
And how many pieces of silver did this donkey head get sold for?
80.
Okay, and how much did this dove poop get sold for?
5.
5. Okay.
I'm amazed that it got anything.
Yeah.
I did not live back then, but I think that is way overpriced
I
for
agree.
a decapitated donkey's head
I think-
and a pile of dove crap.
I mean, that makes sense. I guess it's right. It's like you're so scarce on food that you'll eat dove crap and you'll even
you
pay
kidding
for
me?
the privilege
Is
of
that
doing
what-
it. I think
But
that's
is it to eat? Is it to eat or is it to burn as fuel?
maybe
I
to
thought that's the
burn it.
reason why
say-
most people would be dealing in poop.
Yeah,
Okay.
set that on fire for sure.
Right.
As the king of Israel was passing by on the wall, there cried a woman to him, saying, "Help, my lord, O king." He said, "If Yahweh doesn't help you, when shall I help you?" Wow. I know.
Yikes.
Out of the threshing floor or out of the wine press? Jeez. The king said to her, "What ails you?" She answered, "This woman said to me, 'Give me your son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.'"
Wait. So the woman said another woman came and said, "Eat my son."
I think so.
So we did. Am I following you? This is a Halloween episode. We've done
It
it.
is.
This is it.
As my mom said, I bet they didn't cover this in Sunday school. Yeah, no, I bet not. Eating babies. The king said to her, "What ails you?" She answered, "This woman said to me, 'Give me your son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.'" Oh my God. I'm sorry.
good.
Whoa. Oh, this. So we boiled my son and ate him, and I said to her on the next day, "Give your son that we may eat him," and she has hid her son. Okay, this is a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah,
100%
it's official then.
Halloween episode. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So this is not the first time we've talked about eating babies, but do you remember back in, I think this was in Deuteronomy maybe, but where Yahweh was doing the whole carrot and the stick thing, being like, everything's going to be so
Yes.
great if you follow me, and if you don't, it's going to be so bad that not only will you eat your children, but you won't even share them with your neighbors. And here it is. It's come true.
Yeah, that's true. That
Wow.
is so true. It's almost too perfect.
Ew.
It almost lines up a little too well, you know? I mean, this definitely seems like it could very much be a case of the whole, like, kind of retconning, potentially.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know,
Wow.
either the prophecy happened first and then we kind of write a story that perfectly fits it, or this happens and then we kind of go back and write a prophecy that fits it.
Or it,
Yeah,
just,
I
or
mean-
it just happened, man.
God sees like everything. Time is not like one line, it's circular or something. It's happening all around us. So he knew that it was going to happen.
Right,
And
right. So
he
Yahweh saw
prophesized
this
it.
and then went back in time to Deuteronomy and was like, I'll
Yeah.
do this to you because he knew.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
This
Well,
is
how
super
is he
messed
gonna
up,
solve
by
this
the way.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is outrageously messed up. Okay. It happened when the king heard the words of the woman that he tore his clothes.
Yeah,
Now he
okay.
was passing by on the wall. Wasn't he doing that before? I don't know. And the people looked, and behold, he had a sackcloth within on his flesh. He had sackcloth within on his flesh.
Like he was wearing it underneath his clothes, perhaps against his flesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like he was wearing, like burlap sackcloth underneath his clothes, which they
Okay.
did for mourning and for suffering, as we've established.
I see. Well, maybe he's like mourning for just the famine and how awful things are in his kingdom.
Yeah, and then he's so upset by this woman and her son that he rips open his robes, and now everyone sees that he's doing this.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Then he said, God, do so to me, and more also, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat, shall stand on him this
That was-
day.
I believe that's
Right,
pronounced
Shaphat.
Snapchat. Is how
Shaphat. Snapchat.
Snapchat, yeah.
But Elisha was sitting in his house like he always does, and the elders were sitting with him, and the king sent a man from before him. But before the messenger came to him, he said to the elders, See you how this son of a murderer is sent to take away my head?
Now, hold
So-
on. I feel like we're getting too far
Yeah.
away from this baby eating. It's like we're not coming
It
back
was-
to it.
No, it's
I
done.
mean, it was just
It's
a
already
moment in
happened.
time.
Yeah.
It happened, and now it's over. Like so many things that are just, for lack of a better word, batshit in the Bible. And yeah, just totally off the Bible's rocker.
You mean dove shit is what you mean.
Dove shit. You are right. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think that was just to emphasize how very, very bad it is, right?
I guess. Yeah. Well, he was upset about it, as he should have been.
Right, but
Um,
it's interesting, though, that then his solution is, I'm going to kill Elisha. And so he sends this guy to go kill him.
Is
But
that what
Elisha-
happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he said, what did he say? Like, God
God told me to do so.
no,
Also, if the head of Elisha, the son
Yeah.
of Shaphat, shall stand on him this day.
so if his head still stays on him this day, then I'm
Then-
a monkey's uncle. you know.
Okay. Got it. All right. But
So then-
Elisha's like chilling with these elders.
Right.
And he's totally protected.
Well,
So the
but
king's-
he sees this
Yeah?
guy come up and says to the elders, look at this murderer, this man sent by a son of a murderer or whatever. He's come to
I
try to
see.
kill me.
Okay, thank you for translating. I appreciate it. I don't know you got all that from this, but you do have the message.
I have the
helping you,
message
so-
up here, so I was able to check and make sure I had that interpretation right.
I see. Okay. So, okay, see you how this son of a murderer has sent to take away my head? Behold, when the messenger comes, shut the door and hold the door fast against him. Isn't the sound of his master's feet behind him? It's
Isn't
it? Yeah, Wile E. Coyote and yeah, exactly. His feet is behind him. When he was yet talking with them, behold, the messenger came down to him, and he said, Behold, this evil is of Yahweh. Why should I wait for Yahweh any longer? That's the end of the chapter.
Oh,
Weird.
okay.
That
Cool,
went
I
so
mean-
many places. We started with this magical floating axe head and went to killing babies and then Wile E. Coyote. That was a lot. That was a lot to pack into one chapter.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, I'm gonna need a second here. That was a lot.
Well,
Goodness.
that's actually a good opportunity because we're about at our halfway point for this episode. And so
Really?
that was a long chapter. So we're going to take a quick break here.
Okay, and we're back.
And
Hello,
we're back.
everyone.
Wow.
Gracious.
So hold on one second. Now, Jace, I actually was wondering, I assigned this chapter to you, but because I've brought upon myself the curse of the Smirnoff ice and I'm having technical difficulties, can I do this chapter since it's shorter?
Sure. Try to sneak it in while your computer's working.
Just try to exactly.
Yeah,
just
that's not
try
a
to
bad
sneak
idea.
it on in.
Okay,
Maybe I should
yeah, go
stop
for it.
drinking this Smirnoff ice.
You want to switch to
But
that
then
one?
I mean,
But then I'm going to be mixing, and then I just feel like I'm asking
Yeah.
for an even more horrible curse than what is currently happening.
Well, I, like the King of Israel, have torn my robes off, meaning I've taken off my blazer, because I'm so upset about this child eating that's going on.
Okay. Well, how about I'll just take over chapter 7 and give you a little bit of time to calm down, and then we'll take it from there, huh?
Perfect.
Okay. 2 Kings chapter 7. Elisha said, "Hear you the word of Yahweh. Thus says Yahweh, tomorrow about this time shall a measure of fine flour be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria." Then the captain on whose hand the king leaned answered the man of God and said, "Behold, if Yahweh should make windows in heaven, might this thing be?" He said, "Behold, you shall see it with
What?
your eyes, but shall not eat of it." So he's doing some prophesying about the price of flour and barley.
Well, okay, we've established, though, that this famine has gotten so bad that
Yeah.
a head of a donkey is 80 shekels and bird poop is 5. So the fact that, like, barley is going to sell for 1, I think he's saying, like, the famine's going to be over.
Okay.
oh, is
all
it?
right.
Oh.
But
Right?
he's
Like,
saying you can't eat
I
of
hope
it, though.
so.
You'll
Well-
see this happen, but you can't eat of it.
I
Why
think
can't
he's saying
he
that
eat of it?
to the king, maybe? Who's
Okay.
he saying that to exactly?
He's talking to the king, but the captain is there also being the leaning post for the king. You know,
Let's
that
see.
common thing that exists in the world, the leaning post.
The leaning post man, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm checking the message here, and basically Elisha is saying the famine's going to be over. By this time tomorrow, food's going to be plentiful. It's going to be
wow.
great. Handful of meal for a shekel, whatevs, right? No big deal.
I mean, that's a very fast bounce back for the economy.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
So then-
truly.
The attendant on whom the king leaned for support, so apparently this is a real job.
Uh-huh.
The attendant said, "You expect us to believe that? Trapdoors opening in the sky and food tumbling out?" So I think he said, like you, Dedeker. He's like, that's a pretty fast recovery for the economy here.
I love that.
And-
Trap
and
doors
then-
opening in the sky.
And then Elisha answered him, this leaning post man, and said, "Yeah, you'll see it, but you ain't gonna get it."
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Jeez. Even if somebody like asks a question, they're saying, "Yeah, okay,
It was
well,
a
not
pretty,
you though."
pretty sassy question, though. Come on,
It's
now.
true.
Yes, but still,
Trapdoors, you know, very
geez, nobody
sassy,
can be
very
sassy.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
there were 4 leprous men at the entrance of the gate, and they said one to another, "Why sit we here until we die? If we say, we will enter into the city, then the famine is in the city, and we shall die there. And if we sit still here, we die also. Now, therefore, come, and let us fall to the host of the Syrians. If they save us alive, we shall live, and if they kill us, we shall but die." Okay, so
Oh, I
it's
see.
these
Into the
4
Syrians.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
So they're going to Syria, or what are they
They're
doing?
going to the camp of the Syrians because
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
4 lepers with nothing to
over
lose.
this.
Mm-hmm.
They're rebels
Yeah.
without causes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
They rose up in the twilight to go to the camp of the Syrians, and when they were come to the outermost part of the camp of the Syrians, behold, there was no man there.
Huh.
For the Lord
Huh.
had made the host of the Syrians to hear a noise of chariots and a noise of horses, even the noise of a great host. And they said one to another, "Behold, the king of Israel has hired against us the kings of the Hittites and the kings of the Egyptians to come on us." Therefore they arose and fled in the twilight, and left their tents and their horses and their donkeys, even the camp as it was, and fled for their life. So Yahweh played a big old trick on them with some
Wow.
sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is where all the food's going to be.
Ah, they're going to steal
Okay.
it.
Also,
Jeez.
interesting that it keeps referring to it as a famine, but it seems more like a siege. It seems more like
That's
their army's been
true.
outside sieging them so they can't get any
They
supplies.
can't get any food. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh, okay. That's what's been happening.
When
So they
these
have to eat their
lepers-
babies.
When
Right.
these lepers came to the outermost part of the camp, They went into one tent and ate and drank and carried their silver and gold and clothing and went and hid it. And they came back and entered into another tent and carried there also and went and hid it.
Yeah.
Then they said to one to another, "We aren't doing right. This day is a day of good news, and we hold our peace. If we wait until the morning light, punishment will overtake us. Now therefore come, let us go and tell the king's household." They're pretty smart lepers, to be fair. They realize that if people find out that this is a thing and that they're the only ones who've managed to make off with any food or treasure or whatever, they're going to get it.
Yeah, you're going to go from being kind of outcast to being really outcast.
To be dead levels
or
of
just
outcast.
being dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So they came and called to the porter of the city, and they told them, saying, "We came to the camp of the Syrians, and behold, there was no man there, neither voice of man, but the horses tied, and the donkeys tied, and the tents as they were." He
So
called
they left
the
all their
porters.
Animals even and just like ran on foot.
Just
That's
ran.
weird.
They were just
Wait.
terrified.
You're saying that the lepers did or somebody else did?
No,
All the Syrians did.
Okay.
Or the Arameans, if you believe the message in the NIV.
Who believes
Oh, it's
them?
saying Armenians?
No.
Not Armenians,
No.
Arameans.
Arameans. Arameans. Okay.
He called the porters, and they told it to the king's household within. The king arose in the night and said to his servants, "I will now show you what the Syrians have done to us. They know that we are hungry. Therefore are they gone out of the camp to hide themselves in the field, saying, when they come out of the city, we shall take them alive and get into the city." Okay, so the king thinks it's a trap.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a trap.
One of his servants answered, "Please, let some take 5 of the horses that remain, which are left in the city. Behold, they are as all the multitude of Israel who are left in it. Behold, they are as all the multitude of Israel who are consumed." That was in a parentheses. "And let us send and see."
Okay.
Can you help me out? I feel like we're really leaning hard on the message today.
Yeah.
Seriously. So he says the worst that can happen is no worse than what could happen to the whole city. Let's send them and find out what's happened. Basically saying let's send a small group.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
It's so clear.
Yeah.
Still not very clear.
They took, therefore, 2 chariots with horses, and the king sent after the host of the Syrians, saying, "Go and see." They went after them to the Jordan, and behold, all the way was full of garments and vessels, which the Syrians had cast away in their haste. They were just getting undressed as they were going.
Jeez.
The messengers returned and told the king. The people went out and plundered the camp of the Syrians. So a measure of fine flour was sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel, according to the word of Yahweh.
You know.
Amen. The king appointed the captain on whose hand he leaned to have the charge of the gate, and the people trod on him in the gate, and he died, as the man of God had said, who spoke when the
Jeez.
king came down to him.
Yep.
Wow. So when Elisha was like, "Yeah, it's going to happen, and you're not going to get it,"
He actually meant you were
going to
die.
be trampled to death. The hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
The hell?
The mob of people who wanted the food just trample this dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like if you
jeez.
don't believe instantaneously in what anybody tells you about Yahweh,
Seriously,
any
though.
doubt whatsoever,
That's what
it's
I'm
going to be
saying.
punished. God, this
Yeah,
is just a
apparently.
little breathing room here. It happened as the man of God had spoken to the king, saying, 2 measures of barley for a shekel and a measure of fine flour for a shekel shall be tomorrow about this time in the gate of Samaria. Yeah, drink for repetition. And that captain answered the man of God and said, "Now behold, if Yahweh should make windows in heaven, might such a thing be?" Good Lord.
Oh, they're just recapping.
Windows in heaven?
It's just everyone
And he
keep drinking.
said,
Yeah. This is the
"Behold,
trapdoors.
Okay. Oh,
The windows in
oh.
heaven.
Yeah,
you
thank
shall
you.
you shall see it with your eyes, but shall not eat of it. It happened even so to him, for the people trod on him in the gate, and he died. It's like a bad comedian where it's like you have to explain your joke and explain
After the
why the
fact.
story is funny after the fact. Wow.
Wow.
Well, that was the end of the chapter. I survived.
did
Well
it.
done.
If
Yes.
the Smirnoff curse takes me again, just keep on going. I promise.
We'll see
I
what we
will
can do.
come back to avenge myself. Maybe I'll come back as a vengeful Smirnoff ghost.
Ooh, spooky.
What would that look like? Jeez. Just like a weird freshman. Like,
yeah, me
running
circa
around.
2006,
Oh, boy.
trying to not puke on my boyfriend's feet and failing at that task. Anyway,
Gracious.
rest in peace.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Bria in the chat is asking why people don't say trod anymore. It is a good
It's a
one.
good- it's
to
a good
trod
word.
on trod on
Yeah.
something. Yeah, it's pretty
Well,
good.
step on Jace's feet and then be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I trod on you."
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Now, famine's over. We're back to Elisha. Now, Elisha had spoken to the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying,
Oh.
Yeah, wait, we're back to last episode.
Wow.
Saying, Arise, and go you to your household, and sojourn wherever you can sojourn. For Yahweh has called for a famine, and it shall also
Another
come
one.
Or
Another
was
one.
this?
Didn't
Are
we
we
just get
jumping
through
back
this
in
already?
time?
Or is
Wait,
this the
did we
same
go?
one?
Yeah.
Oh, is it back in time? God bless it.
This might be a flashback. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Did that
it,
much time pass?
and it shall
Goodness.
also come on the land 7 years. So yeah, that's going to be a long famine. But maybe this is the one that we just saw. This is a little confusing. Yeah.
No wonder they were eating babies. It was a 7-year famine.
That was a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman arose and did according to the word of the man of God. And she went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. I really like pronouncing it Philistines. After
Philistines?
the Samson and Delilah movie where they all pronounce it Philistine. It happened at the 7 years' end that the woman returned out of the land of the Philistines, and she went forth to cry to the king for her house and for her land. Oh, I see.
Oh.
Oh, so
Did it get
she's
taken away?
yeah,
Seems
she's
like
just
it.
kind of wandered off,
Yeah.
and now she's coming crawling back.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sad that her land is now occupied by baby eaters or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the king was talking with Gehazi, the servant of the man of God.
Okay.
Oh, the
he's
So he must
still-
be back.
He. Oh gosh, this is. Okay,
Timeline's
so
very
he's
confusing.
yes, he's still in the picture, but this is before he's been cursed with leprosy. I'm assuming.
I feel like
Yeah,
this is like
well-
a recent season of Westworld, where you're just like getting scenes and later have to piece together what happened before what. Like,
Yeah, because when did he like curse him with leprosy? How much longer after the whole dead kid resurrected thing did this happen?
I mean, apparently here, 7 years after, Gehazi is
That's a-
still his servant. So
Weird.
that is really weird.
I wonder if like continuity is not exactly correct in the Bible here.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
it is Westworld, you know? It's just we're kind of jumping around in time, and later we'll reveal that Gehazi was a robot all along, and
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
we'll
Yeah.
put that in our movie for sure. Okay, so the king was talking to Gehazi, the servant of the man of God, saying, "Please tell me all the great things that Elisha has done." It happened, as he was telling the king how he had restored to life him who was dead, that behold, the woman whose son he had restored to life cried to the king for her house and for her land.
Oh.
Gehazi
Perfect
said,
timing.
"My lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son who Elisha restored to life." When the king asked the woman, she told him.
Yes, I am that person.
Yep. So the king appointed to her a certain officer, saying, "Restore all that was hers, and all the fruits of the field since the day that she left the land, even until now." Okay, sweet deal. Totally different story now. Elisha,
Oh, great. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I
Okay.
love that
so
story.
she's good. She had a great life. All of her
Happy
stuff came
ending.
back.
It was good, yeah.
Wandered
She's
around
got her
with the
son
Philistines.
too.
Love
Wow.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Good for her.
Okay, verse 7. Elisha came to Damascus, and Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, was sick, and it was told him, saying, "The man of God has come here." Oh, so
He's
we're in
all over the
Syria
place.
now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The king said to Hazael, "Take a present in your hand, and go meet the man of God, and inquire of Yahweh by him, saying,
Present?
Shall I
Here.
recover of this sickness?"
Some Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Yeah.
I know you like them a lot.
Like, what kind of present are we talking here?
I'm thinking, some cookies, maybe some
Biscuits.
little cute tchotchkes, some little statues.
it's
put
a
on
little
his-
gift basket.
Yeah.
It's all
Okay.
covered in the cellophane and everything.
Right,
Okay.
maybe some couple bottles of wine, a baguette maybe. Yeah.
So he has to go and ask Elisha if he's going to get better from his
Yes.
sickness. Okay. But like
Right.
he really needed to like be a good a good guest in Elisha's house and bring a gift, like a
Well,
bottle
so
of
this
wine.
is the king of Syria, the one who is just sieging their city.
Okay.
He's the one who's sick and sending a servant to Elisha, who's nearby in
gift
Damascus.
Okay.
God, sorry, Bree in the chat suggested a Google Play gift card, which is just like the saddest gift I can think of, really.
Yeah. Gosh.
Okay.
Boy. Okay. So Hazael went to meet him and took a present with him, even of every good thing of Damascus, 40 camels' burden.
Whoa,
So
okay.
a lot
This is
of
not going to
presents.
fit. This is not
Very
going to fit
big
in
basket.
one single basket.
Yeah, this is more like the Dursleys' Christmas presents in Harry Potter,
Yeah,
right? Like the
okay.
whole room filled with presents for their son, and it's still not enough.
47. Yes. Okay.
There you go.
40 camels. Last year I got 42 camels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 40 camels' burden, and came and stood before him and said, "Your son, Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, has sent me to you, saying, 'Shall I recover of this sickness?' Elisha said to him, 'Go, tell him, you shall surely recover. However, Yahweh has shown me that he shall surely die.'"
Wait.
What? Hold
who?
on.
Who's
You're
going to
gonna
recover and who's
but
going
you
to
are
die?
going to die.
The king of Syria,
A little
Ben-Hadad.
bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So you're going to die one day because we all do. But
Yeah,
you're
maybe.
also going to recover from this particular illness. Is
So
that
this
what's
is an
happening?
unfalsifiable claim, basically, is what he's laying down on him.
You will eventually die. But he is saying he's going to get better.
Little column B.
He is going to get better. He settled his gaze steadfastly on him until he was ashamed, and the man of God wept. So, like, he did a staring contest with this guy to the point that he cried. That's
the point that
the
Elisha...
servant?
the
servant stared at Elisha?
No,
the servant was
Elisha stared at the servant.
Oh.
But it says in the man of God wept.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yes, Elisha was the one who was crying. I don't know why.
Oh, you're right.
It's like the servant was like,
No, you're
"What is
totally right.
this-
Yeah.
What is this dove
He's
crap
like,
you're
I
trying to
hate
give me?
This.
You need to give me something better."
Yeah, try again, Elisha.
Okay, so Hazael said, "Why weeps my lord?" He answered, "Because I know the evil that you will do to the children of Israel. Their strongholds will you set on fire, and their young men will you kill with the sword, and will dash in pieces their little ones, and rip up their women with child."
Wow.
Rip them up. My goodness.
Yeah.
Gracious. Okay.
Hazael said, "But what is your servant, who is but a dog, that he should do this great thing?" Elisha
Great.
answered, "Yahweh has shown me that you will be king over Syria."
Whoa. Like the guy who's there?
This
Hazael?
dude, Hazael, yeah.
Holy
He's like,
shit.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that was such a weird turn of events.
Yeah.
That was a twist. That
Yeah.
was definitely a twist.
Didn't see that coming. Okay. Boy. Then he departed from Elisha, and he came to his master, who said to him, "What said Elijah to you?" He answered, well,
A lot of things, actually. It was pretty incredible.
He told me that you would surely recover. Ha ha.
Hey.
Woo!
It happened on the next day that he took the coverlet and dipped it in water and spread it
coverlet.
on his face so that he died.
What?
Hold the phone.
What?
What
Did he, like-
is happening? I cannot parse this. I
Yeah, what
cannot
does that
parse
even
this.
mean?
What?
Did he like smother him to death? The coverlet, isn't that like the duvet? He dipped it in water and then
Did
stuck
he
it on his face.
waterboard him?
And then he died? Yeah. What is happening?
Okay, I'm checking the message here because
Thank you.
what is going on?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Hazael came back and said, "He told me, don't worry, you'll live." But
Lies.
the very next day, someone took a heavy quilt, soaked it in water, covered the king's face, and suffocated him.
Ew.
How weak and sickly did you have to be that just like a heavy quilt?
It was
was what did him in.
watery heavy quilt,
Yeah, it was
Dedeker.
watery, Dedeker. Come on.
Is that does that suffocate people?
I don't know. He like waterboarded him to death.
But I thought the whole point of waterboarding was more that like it made you feel like you were suffocating when maybe you weren't actually. Hence, it's a form of torture.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, suffocating with a pillow, but it's like a big, heavy quilt with water on it. So
Great,
it's
okay.
harder to shake off, I guess.
Okay, well, to be fair, this is a new one for the Bible.
Yeah, I
it's
We
suppose.
haven't seen anybody
way
killed
of
this way.
killing.
We've
Exactly.
heard like spike through the ear and stuff, and like stone thrown by a lady, but we haven't gotten like wet quilt yet.
Also,
Is that
Yeah.
where the wet blanket comes from?
Oh, God.
oh, maybe you're a wet blanket. You killed the king of Israel. No, my question is why did this guy become king and not like a son or something?
Because he killed the king, and them's the rules
Long
in
live the
Syria.
king?
Is that,
Okay.
Are those
I
the
don't
rules?
know.
You kill the king, you become the king.
Maybe. It is also weird that in the message it says someone took a quilt, dipped it in water, and killed him. But in our
Couldn't tell you
translation,
who.
in the World English Bible, it's just like he did it,
Yeah.
which has to be Elisha. Or not Elisha,
Wow.
Hazael, I
No,
mean.
not Elisha.
Yeah.
That would be weird. Surprising, yes.
Weird. Okay. In the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being then the king of Judah, Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign.
Okay. Transfer
Okay.
of power. Great.
care.
Got it.
Yeah.
With you
Cool.
so far.
Okay.
32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem.
Wow.
He walked.
It's not very long.
Yeah. He walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, as did the house of Ahab, for he had the daughter of Ahab as wife. Oh, so are we maybe starting to unite Israel again by...
Oh,
Israel
that's
and
cool.
Judah together.
Yeah.
Maybe. Huh.
Okay. He walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and did as did the house of Ahab, for he had a daughter of Ahab as wife, and he did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
no.
Okay. Yeah. So
However.
not so much.
However, Yahweh would not destroy Judah for David, his servant's sake,
Oh my
as he
gosh.
promised him to
He's
give
got
him a lamp
such-
for his children always.
A
David
lamb?
has Yahweh points, like Yahweh frequent flyer miles, just out the wazoo.
Yeah,
just
seriously.
constantly cashing them in, even posthumously.
Yeah, David's super dead at this point, but yet, like, people are still benefiting on his behalf. Well, that's
Okay.
nice for him.
I'm pretty sure now we're just going to get some sort of rapid fire history of these kings here. So
Oh, okay.
buckle your
So
seatbelts.
we're going
Here
through
we
a bunch
go.
of kings.
Okay. In his days, Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made a king over themselves. Then Joram passed over to Zaire and all his chariots with him, and he rose up by night and struck the Edomites who surrounded him, and the captains of the chariots, and the people fled to their tents. So
Great. Okay.
Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah to this day. Okay. Then
Cool.
did Libnah revolt at the same time. The rest of the acts of Joram
Oh no.
and all that he did, aren't they written in
Oh,
the
no.
book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah? Drink for that.
Allegedly. Yes, maybe.
Joram slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Ahaziah his son reigned in his place. In the 12th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, did Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, begin to reign. 22 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. Yep.
Wow.
One wonderful year.
1 year. His mother's
I
name...
feel like it must not have been wonderful if it was only 1 year.
Yeah. His mother's name was Ataliah, the daughter of Omri, king of Israel. He walked in the way of the house of Ahab and did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh,
Of course.
as did the house of Ahab, for he was the son-in-law of the house of Ahab. We
Wait a minute.
hate
So
Ahab.
what is the thing that he did? He was false prophetizing or something? False.
No, with a lot of these, they don't say, but it seems like the most common grievance we've seen has been worshiping other gods or
Yeah.
encouraging the worship of other gods.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
not crushing the worship of other gods.
Exactly. Not
Yeah.
crushing it thoroughly enough.
Yeah. He went with Joram, the son of Ahab, to war against Hazael, the king of Syria, at Ramoth Gilead. And the Syrians wounded Joram. King Joram returned to be healed in Jezreel of the wounds which the Syrians had given him at Ramah when he fought against Hazael, the king of Syria. Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Joram, the son of Ahab, in Jezreel because he was sick. The end.
What?
Wait, hold on.
That was anticlimactic.
Hold on. Who
He was sick, so he went to hang out with
visit
someone.
Who brought who the chicken noodle soup?
Yeah, so Joram, who's this king who we've previewed is only going to reign for a year.
Yes, the 22-year-old.
Yeah, he went to war with... He went with Joram. Sorry, gosh, it's so confusing here.
Jace, you're the one who is the closest attachment and understanding of the text because you have the message open. Like,
Sure.
I'm sorry.
if you are losing it, we're all going to lose it.
Yep. Okay. So Ahaziah is the one who only reigns for a year. Joram is reigning longer than that. But both of them go together to war against Syria, who now is led by Hazael, because Elisha prophesied that he would be the new king of Syria, right?
Okay.
Yes.
And Joram, so not this one who's only going to reign a year, but Joram gets hurt in that battle and goes back to Jezreel to recover, and then Ahaziah goes to visit him in Jezreel.
He's sick.
Because he's sick.
Because he got a boo-boo.
He's
And
like,
that's the
I'll
end
take
for
care of
today.
it. Love you. Wow. Gosh, again, I mean, it was spooky at first, and then it kind of faded out into just history and
kind of
boring.
puttered. That happens a lot in this book.
Well,
But you know what, though? I will take this relatively small amount of just sort of random history and dates of things happening compared to some other chapters where there's been a lot more. So
That's true.
This
That's-
isn't so bad.
no,
That's true.
it's not.
Now, speaking of not so bad, now that I'm halfway through the Smirnoff Ice, I'm also like, hey, this isn't so bad. And I'm pretty sure it is my
Ew.
18-year-old self from beyond the grave, reenacting the same cycle.
I think you've just blown your palate out so much that you're like, I can
It's
keep
true.
drinking this.
I could keep drinking. I could drink 6 more of these.
No, please don't. Dedeker, you're a one and done for most drinks, and definitely for that one.
That'd
Yes.
be bad. That'd be bad.
Whew. Alrighty.
Wow. Okay. So geez.
More kings, more death.
More kings are going to show up, I'm sure. More kings are going to do evil in the sight of Yahweh. I don't remember most of these stories about Elisha. These kind of rapid fire, and he did this cool thing and that cool thing, and then he prophesied that cool thing, and he was totally right. And then someone tried to snap back at him, and he was like, no, and that person died and was stupid.
Trampled by crowds of people. Yeah.
I feel like Elisha is an even bigger, like he has more screen time than Elijah did.
Yeah, which is interesting since Elijah is the one who's the bigger deal today. Like
Is he?
Elijah's believed to be the one who's going to come back. Remember, because he went to heaven without dying.
He's the one who's going to show up to every Passover and every
Right.
Oh yeah, he's
Decision.
the one with the chair that
But
you
yeah.
give him at the Jewish holiday.
But it seems like
Yes.
Elisha, played by Vin Diesel, is actually a much bigger role, a bigger deal,
Yeah,
we'll
doing
give
a lot
him
of
a lot
cool
of-
things.
Yeah, screen time in our movie, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's cool. The untold story of Elisha.
Oh my goodness. Okay, because Second Kings is going to carry us through to the end of the year, right? We're going to be
Yeah.
here for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be to the end of the year.
Oh boy.
Wow. Boy. Got a lot more Kings to get through.
Yeah, probably.
Seriously.
Okay, well, we got some stuff to look up for our bonus episode, and let's take this home. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Emily Matlack, and me, Dedeker Winston. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for Second Kings is Gotham by Avatar. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory yeah. I thought